Hello, Terrence from Nintendo here, and today I'll be talking about Nintendo Switch One Game updates. So, as we know, some Switch One games will be getting Switch 2 updates on them. So, some of the games that are listed are ARMS. So, we've got ARMS that will have better picture quality and a higher resolution, smoother frame rate, even with multiplayers, and HDR support. So it looks like they're really trying to use that HDR screen to good use, which is great. I was always worried that maybe not enough games might use it, but the next game would be Super Mario Odyssey. So we've got a better picture quality, high resolution, HDR support, as well as game share. So that sounds pretty cool, as well as game chat as well. Yeah, so that's quite cool as well. Then we've got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, better image quality, high resolution, and HDR support again, and game share as well. And strangely, no Super Mario Wonder, but we do have Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So it says here a better picture quality and a higher resolution as well. One of the ones we were quite aware of is Clubhouse Games. So that just has game share support. The 4 players can play 34 of the 51 classes against each other. Okay, and game share is supported by both locally and online by Game Chat. We've got Game Builder Garage. Again, I don't actually know anyone who actually played it, but it was a cool idea. It's a bit like almost like a Mario Maker, but just for making games. So you can make your own games completely from scratch, but it was quite limited. I think it had nodes on there. It was limited with how many nodes you could use, so that was how many placements you could put to build things. So it was limited, but it was a cool idea anyway. Anyway, it has better image quality and a higher resolution. And mouse control. So yeah, this is one of the first Switch 1 games that actually has mouse control, but I do know that Game Builder Garage, you can actually plug a real mouse in, so that would be quite easy to implement because it had actual mouse support in the first place. Big Brain Academy versus Brain, so that just has game share, no resolution update at all, so just game share support. And another one was a bit strange, Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. So we've got better image quality, high resolution, Super Mario Bros. 3D World and Bowser's Fury, smoother frame rate for Super Mario Bros. 3D World and Bowser's Fury, because I do know on the original Switch it only had 30 frames a second for Bowser's Fury mode, I think, in handheld, which is a bit jarring if you're used to playing Mario games in normally 60 frames a second. It has HD support, but only in Bowser's Fury, not in the Super Mario 3D World part, which is very strange because Super Mario 3D World is very colourful and bright. I think it really would have looked good with HDR, but it's strange they don't have that. We've got Pokemon Crimson and Purple, so the new Pokemon games have better, higher quality, high resolution, high visibility, so you can see further ahead, probably like trees and grass and things like that will load in further away, and a smoother frame rate. And Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, that has better picture quality and high resolution, as well as HDR support. Again, with HDR support seems to be quite common throughout these Switch 1 updates, which is cool. Also, the recent Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom has HDR support and better image quality and high resolution. And obviously we've got the non-free ones, which would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Technically it would be free for you if you do have Nintendo Online already, NSO. So if you do have that, then I guess that is a free update for you. We've got Super Mario Party Jamboree. That's again, that's got better picture quality, smoother frame rate, new game modes and everything, but again, that would probably not be classed as free. I think you do have to actually pay for that as an upgrade. Yes, so basically they're all the games that have upgrades. Apart from Jamboree, I would say most of them you could class as free, especially with the newer Zelda titles with NSO. But yeah, HDR seems to be a common trend, which is quite cool. I'm happy with HDR support, because on PC it's not as widespread. There's a lot of PC games that don't have HDR support, or it's not implemented in a way that actually really makes a difference. So it'd be cool to see how Nintendo deal with HDR, see if they can really make a good use of it, especially with the handheld screen. I'm curious to see how vivid the colours will look, especially on a non-OLED screen. I'm curious about the resolution upgrade, so to say better picture quality and higher resolution, but it doesn't state what resolution any of those games are in. But yeah, I can imagine it might be 1440p docked and 1080p on the actual Switch 2 screen. But again, it all depends on a game by game basis, I imagine. But yeah, are you excited for the updates? There's a few of these games I need to still buy myself. I'm curious why Wonder isn't in there. Maybe they've got some more plans for Super Mario Wonder. Maybe there might be some DLC with an upgrade pack in the future. But I am interested to see what the games from the Switch One may get upgrades. What games would you like to see? I think Fire Emblem would be a good one. Any of the Fire Emblem games, really. Engage most likely for me because it's quite colourful. That could have HDR support, that would look good. And a better resolution and higher frame rate, because I know it can have some issues in some of the more hectic scenes. But yeah, what games would you like to see with updates from the Switch One, and why? Let me know in the comments below. Just a quick little video, just letting you know about the news for all these games. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Switch One games will get an upgrade, and yeah, let me know which ones you'd like to see too. Okay, I'm Terence from Nintendo. Take care, have a nice day, and bye.